Okay, we all are here. We're good to start now. Okay, we'll start. So, by the way, I want to ask one question from you after the lunch. How is the lunch today? Is it good? Good or great? Excellent. You are in the great forum. Great speakers are waiting for you all. Okay? So, let me introduce my distinguished guest speaker, Mr. Sanjit. He's an expert in artificial intelligence and prompt engineering. He'll be speaking on the subtle art prompt engineering for enhanced agility, a topic in increasing relevance in today's rapidly evolving digital landscape. Let us give him a warm welcome. He takes the stage. Mr. Sanjit, over to you.
Thank you. It's difficult nowadays to come and stand in front of so many learned people and speak. We are used to start every meeting by two things. What are those two things? Two rituals that we do before the start of every meeting. Am I audible and am I visible? No challenges here whatsoever. All right. Marhaban Zabian. Kafalak. Ana tatakallum al-Arabi atu. Come on. How are you, everyone? Do you speak Arabic? That is exactly what I asked a little while ago. Okay? Why did you not understand it the first time? You thought I am speaking something in some language. You didn't even know perhaps whether that's a language or not. Yeah? So, how does this thing work? Oh, okay. I'm used to my one. You know how your monkey dances. Okay. So, I was supposed to deliver this entire thing in Arabic, but since you don't understand Arabic, it seems, so I'm forced to switch to English. Okay. The challenge here that we face everyone is that what is the language that you speak? How many of you have never used any AI tool? Think before you raise your hands. Never used any AI tool. Am I audible without this? Wonderful. So if it conks in between. So this is plan B. Okay. Anyone who has never used an AI tool? Anyone who has never used something similar to ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot? So all of you have used. Have you ever thought about this? That what makes those engines understand what you are typing in? I saw a beautiful line in somebody's presentation before lunch that English is the best coding language now. Right? What do you think makes the systems, the engines understand what you want them to come up with? How do they understand that? They've gone to Oxford School of English and learnt good English, so they can translate whatever you want to ask. Is that how it happens? Have you heard of GPTs which speak 64 languages? Yes. So there are a couple of GPTs across the world which can communicate to you in French, communicate to you in German, communicate to you in I don't know how many languages. Do you really think those GPTs learn those languages? Then how do they do that? All the GPTs understand is 0 and 1. Whatever you say, they connect the dots. They have a library which somebody like you coded, and it's dishing it back to you. And you are so humbled by the kind of output that GPT gives to you. So what is this communication all about? This communication is prompt or prompt engineering. So first things first, prompt engineering is not a new field of engineering. Any engineers in the house? Show of hands. Engineers? Okay. engineers, most of the engineers are busy with phones. That's great. Even I'm one, so I can understand that. So you don't have to do your engineering all over again. Those who are not engineers don't have to worry about doing engineering when you talk about prompt engineering. But what you have to really worry about is, can you understand and talk the language which your GPTs understand? Can you understand and talk the language which will give you the best results from the tools that you have been already using? Have you ever been 100% satisfied with whatever output your tool has given you? Whichever tool you use. Let's not be biased. Anyone who has been 100% satisfied? Why is that so? Either it was sounding too phony, or it was not exactly the content that you wanted. What did you do? You reiterated perhaps. You gave it one more prompt. You tried to tweak the words a little bit. And that's about it. That's how you prompted the thing more than once, to understand what exactly you want. So this is a little about me. I work for an organization called Xebia IT Architects. It's an organization that was a Dutch organization in the beginning. It's now an American one. Our headquarters recently moved there. I work as the operations manager for the Agile Center of Excellence. Okay. I consider myself to be a kindergarten student for AI. Okay. You know why? A moment of truth, AI is not yet born. If you don't agree to me, live in your paradise, but trust me, AI is yet to be born. The day AI will actually be in presence, you will live the movie Matrix. Be prepared for that. You simply don't have a choice. Okay? If you think wow, my phone, Samsung Galaxy 25, S25, AI, bullshit. That's not even the trailer of what AI can do. Okay? Okay? Okay, Android users, don't feel bad. Same goes for Apple AI. Okay? So it's all not even a trailer. That is the amount of power that AI has. The worst part is, have you ever seen a company in the recent past which was a great agile transformation company? A great company of product. Great product company. Right? All of a sudden, they have become AI experts. Who are you, Harry Potter? All of a sudden, just go to their websites. They are the kings of AI. If you are not partnering with us, you are doomed. That's the message all the companies are trying to give. Since morning, has anybody talked about Scrum? Since yesterday, has anybody talked about Scrum? And can anybody tell me what is this S in RSG? Is it not strange? It is not regional AI gathering. The point is, now it has become obvious, and hence we take certain things for granted, but we forget that that is what is the basic. More of that later. I am given a lot of time, although I know it will fly in no time. And the timer says I still have 56 minutes, which is very comforting. But what to expect today? What can you expect from this session? I will try and make an attempt to help you understand the difference between generative AI and discriminative AI. I will also try and help you to give you some prompts. How can you iteratively write your prompts for better results? Using the same tools that you have been using so far. So that is one. And you will be able to use generative AI tools more effectively and ethically, and get better results out of those that you have been using. In short, you can expect to become an advanced prompt user after this session immediately. Now, Those who have laptops and have access to internet might want to be ready with that, because you will get an opportunity to do some hands-on with me, and that probably would solve your problem. Okay. Now, anyone who was, okay, this would expose people's ages. People born before 1985. Show of hands. Okay. Question to all of you. When was the first time you interacted with AI? A couple of people, please. Anyone? I hate picking up people. Anyone? It's okay. People won't judge you by your age. When was the first time you interacted with AI? I'm not asking the date. What was your first interaction with AI? The chili pork was too tasty. I loved the Thai curry. Yeah, please, sir. Any type of AI. When was the first time you interacted with AI? Not really. That's actually something else. That's AdSense. That's something else. Yes, sir. Sorry? Language translation. Okay, yes, that's one which has recently got very popular with the live translate features of Apple and Samsung AI. Well, so have all of you seen these things in your life? Do you need me to explain what these things are? Exactly. I was waiting for somebody. Thank you so much, sir. How is mobile photography about AI? You remember? Anybody knows what a capacitive touch phone is? Yeah? The phones that all of you have in your pockets, rather in your hands right now, are capacitive touch phones. And there was a phone which was a resistive touch. Anybody knows what is a resistive touch and a capacitive touch? Yes, it was literally a button. You had to put pressure on it. Okay? Back from the days of resistive touch, AI was there in your phone, you never knew it. Back those days, I'm talking about 2005. AI was in your phone, forget about it. You were already using AI. But that form of AI was called discriminative AI. These forms of AI are, again, a combination of discriminative and generative AI. They use your login details, your choice of things, and then dish out things to you. Okay? Do you know, how many of you know, maybe a moment of truth, that the Google Assistant or Siri that you are so proudly using is actually recording every single thing you speak, you like it or not, you don't have an option to close it off. The moment you do that, I agree, while unboxing your beautiful Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra or the latest 16, is it? iPhone? You did some I agree, right? While unboxing the phone, you lost all your privacy. You want privacy? Come back to that simple phone. You know, what do you call it? Feature phone. You call it feature phone, right? Come back to that. Because you have agreed to give all your data to them only for research purposes. Right? And how are they doing the research? They're training their LLMs using your data. Right? Even if you do not have your GPS on, all of your phones know you're sitting in Cinnamon Life right now. You're listening to somebody blabbering something about something against us. Okay? So that's how smart your devices already are. Okay? Apple users, show of hands. Oh man, I really don't want to spoil your day, but you have been fooled saying that you are using a secure device. Okay? It might help you save yourself your data from hackers, but the bigger hackers have actually sold this thing to you. Okay? At least Android is open, says, man, it's open to hacking. Take your chances, huh? Okay. More about that later. Let us see if you know what these three things are. You know, the fun part is, I did not even name those things. I did not even name these three things. Anybody who does not know any one of the 6 logos are on the screen? Isn't that strange? Or is it obvious to know these things in this world? These things have algorithms that will go to your browsing history, the kind of products that you have ordered, and come up with 60% off, 45% off, and make you sell and make you buy things which you don't need. AI in action for you. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is generative AI, discriminative AI. It does not generate automatically a new content. It just tells you that this is what probably you would want to buy. Anybody remembers when you open up a phone, you get something like, what do you say? The frames which recognizes human faces. We use them to blur, we use them to do what not. Yeah? Have you ever seen that frame when, let's say, you're taking a selfie with your friend or with your girlfriend, and then have you ever seen there are trees in the background? It puts the focus around the tree by default. Does it ever happen? No. Why? Because the LLM that is powering, or the SLM, I don't know what LM is there, it's powering that discriminative AI engine, which is telling it that this is a human face. It has been trained on zillions and billions and I don't know how many millions of data to be able to recognize a human face. Okay? Human face varies from all over the world due to geographical changes. You have different human faces, right? Remember those days when you were taking selfies on your newly bought resistive touch phone? That was the time Google had started collecting data. And that is how Gemini is powered. That is how Google Bard is powered. It's all you as data. How many of you are using the free AI tools? Not paying a penny for it, but using. I am one of them. Big show of hands. There's nothing to be shy about. It's good. Why not? You're using a product, but not paying for it. Sorry, friends, you are the product. You are not using the product. You are the bloody product. Your data is being used to train LLMs which will fool your coming generations. Nothing against AI. Okay? So what is generative AI? If this is discriminative AI, what is generative AI? Now, generative AI has got an ability to create content basis your input. What powers generative AI? To start with, generative AI used to be powered by discriminative AI, LLMs, which used to power data already available, because on day one you cannot train. The training is continuous, okay? And that is what enabled the various tools that we see, the tools for text-based generative AI, the tools for image creation generative AI, the tools for marketing generative AI, and the most popular tools that is for coding. So all these things have been trained a lot, right? That is how generative AI is now powering us. Now, what are the applications? 1.5 days, we have been talking a lot about the applications of generative AI. But my humble duty, I made these slides with a lot of effort, so I will not let you skip them. So these are some applications of generative AI. Software applications is one of them. Education is one of them. All right? So anybody who uses Duolingo for learning a language, I've used it a lot while I was in Saudi Arabia. Anyone who has used it? Yeah. So that's, again, generative AI in action. Banking and finance, there is something called generative adversarial networks. Those who are specialists of banking would understand what I mean. It's generally used in fraud detection. And I will also give you a scary fact about fraud detection using AI by the end of this session. Then you have the use in medicine. You have use in HRM. And these are certain tools which the HR folks use. I got these names from my teams, HR teams, that AI HR teams. That's how they call them, right? All of a sudden, all your architects have become AI architects. All of a sudden, your development team has become AI delivery teams, okay? Why? Because if you don't use this alloy wheel in your car, your model becomes unsaleable, right? I was asking this gentleman this question in the afternoon. Do you have a car and does it have an alloy wheel? Can somebody tell me the functionality of an alloy wheel in a car? Can somebody tell me the functionality of an alloy wheel in a car? Okay. Can somebody tell me functionality of a DRL, daytime running light? You know what DRLs are, right? Can somebody tell me a true functionality of that? The functionality is making you pay more. That's the only functionality of those things, right? Back in 2002, or maybe like late 1990s, if you did not have the word agile in your website, you were treated as untouchables. And that same thing is happening with AI right now. The gold rush is here. Make the most of it. It's a quick rich quick scheme. Okay? All right. Why do you want to learn prompting? What's the big deal about prompting? Yeah? We all are great prompters, right? Have you ever prompted an answer when you're in your childhood, when your friend was unable to answer your teacher's question? Have you ever done that? Have you ever, anybody who has ever done proxy attendance for friends in school, college? I see a lot of nods like this, okay? All right. I've never done that because people didn't give me a chance, because to be able to do proxy, you will have to be in the class. Okay? All right, so what is a prompt? Prompt is, simply put, a language which your GPT understands, a language in which the GPT will communicate with you. For example, let's say you visited to a beautiful holiday location. Now you want to write a blog about it. Okay? Let's say visiting Sri Lanka was one of my to-do things, 100 things before I die bucket list. Right? So visiting Sri Lanka was one of them. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention, I have come from India. So I know my Prime Minister is already causing a lot of trouble with traffic. Apologies. Okay, I'll take back your message to him. Okay, and let's say you want to write a HTML code to create a drop-down. You're struggling with it, right? You have a lot of tools, technologies, everything available to be able to, do this. But why waste so much time? Just use generative AI to kind of get what you want, copy paste the code, job done. Right? Sounds good? Yes, it is good. Let us say a prompt could be a series of instructions where you could write a point-wise instructions. Let's say you want to do a product discovery workshop. Let's say you want to address a particular set of challenges which your team is facing. Or let us say during the workshop, what could be the potential risks that you should be aware about? I think last to last week, I was speaking at Agile India, which happens to be one of the largest conferences of Agile in India. And there was a beautiful speaker who said one great thing is that how do you describe AI or AI assistant to a 10-year-old? I know 10-year-olds are smart nowadays. They will give you a lecture on AI. But how would you explain a 10-year-old? My daughter is 10-year-old. So how would you explain? The simplest explanation that I got from the audience was, remember, AI is like your personal assistant, freely available personal assistant, which will take your commands and give you exactly what you command in terms of content. Okay? If that is the case, then do you really think about this? If you really had an assistant, a human assistant, would you have 100% trusted whatever the assistant would have given you? Or would you have wanted to rather vet it or check it, go through it, verify it once? then what makes you copy paste the AI content blindly? Don't tell me we never did that. I'm not going to buy that. I did that a lot of times. Okay? And this is the best way that you can explain it to a 10-year-old, that it's an assistant which will take commands. Now remember, it's just an assistant. It will have its own thinking abilities, which unfortunately AI does not have, and we are made to understand that it has. Okay? So how do you make sure that your assistant takes your command properly? You should know how to structure your command. When my daughter was 5 years old, I used to ask, if you ask her, what do you want for your birthday? Okay? Now if I ask all you grown-ups, intellectual people, AI, agile people, okay, what do you want for your birthday? Trust me, 90% of the people are not even prepared for this question. Not even prepared. Right? I'm sponsoring, man. You can ask for even a chartered jet. The fuel will be yours, of course, but we are not prepared. But the level of clarity my 5-year-old daughter had, I want a dress, pink in color, frills of this color, the white colored pattern, and I don't know if she takes colors, some names of colors, light peach, fuchsia pink, I don't know what they are. Our time there were only 6 colors in the poster color box. That's all I've been taught with. Anyways, so she was structuring a prompt in a way that her assistant could make bloody no mistake. Don't get me a dress with a violet border to it, whatever. Because I categorically told you it has to be silver. Can you structure your prompts like this? If not, be prepared for a dress with a purple border. Then don't blame GPTs. You never told them. Trust me, they are as dumb as that. They're as dumb as that. You have to be really, really specific. Okay? This is a pattern, a question. I don't know if this, I was told by Janani this recordings will be given to all of you. But if you want to, you may want to make a note of this. This is something that you will not find anywhere else. I have not yet taken copyright for this, so you can freely use this. Okay? So, jokes apart, question, a contextual text, a guiding pattern, and partial example is what makes a strong prompt. Okay? Let us see this with a small example. Let's say we need to write a business case. Okay? And this business case is about an OTT platform. Everybody knows what an OTT platform is. Yeah, Netflix, Prime Video, all these are OTT platforms, okay? Then, in this case, our guiding pattern would be that our product should have free 4K content. Now, most of the products have, but ours will have free 4K content, and partial examples would be Netflix and Prime Video. Okay? So how does our prompt look like? Our prompt will look like, write a business case in less than 500 words for a new OTT platform in Asia Pacific region which has free 4K content. This platform would be similar to Netflix but will have exclusive free features better than existing platforms. Anybody has anybody heard something like this before? If you have, you would have heard the elevator pitch in product management. Okay? Since you're not in the product management track, I'm assuming elevator pitch is new to you. So it's a technique which product managers use to pitch their product in less than 15 seconds. Okay? Can you just read this and see if there is something missing? Or have I included everything? Can a GPT still make assumptions? I've mentioned the region. I've mentioned what kind of free features I want. I have also mentioned how many words it should be. I have mentioned what does my competition look like, everything, but I've not mentioned what I need in my business case. This will give me a business case, but this will give me a business case that the engine, the Gemini engine, the Copilot engine, or whatever engine, okay, or they use, they will decide what is a business case. What are the contents of a business case? As in, how the business case should be structured. What to make, I have given. So this is again a half-cooked prompt probably. Now let us first see how does a prompt work. When you put a prompt on the screen of any engine, the first thing, these things don't work with people like me. Okay. So first thing is, information is collected. Okay. So information is collected. The moment information is collected, okay, they start giving you inference. They start deriving inferences from your information. What does that mean? That means, let us say you say that, assume yourself, let's say you want to talk about a product, okay? Now, a product can be from two ways, right? From a consumer end, from a creator end, or from a producer end. Let us say you just said, consider yourself to be a producer, kind of a thing, or consider yourself to be a consumer. So that very moment, the other elements are moved out from the search criteria. So it's like filtering the search. So your prompt is actually a set of multiple filters. There's a lot of data available. You are just filtering out that data, okay, and getting to what you really want to. And at last, you get the content that is provided based on the pre-trained inferences. Now here is the catch. All is good, hunky-dory, wonderful, giving great data. I am making presentations out of it based on pre-trained inferences. Even if you are using the paid versions of all the tools, you are getting only the data that is pre-trained. There is no creativity in it. There is no creativity in it, right? We make something called Rangoli at home in festivals in India. What is it called in Sri Lanka? It's a design made on floor using rice flour and colors and everything. Right. So there will be hundreds of designs and there will be some traditional designs, right? So the moment you see a traditional design, you will immediately recognize this is a traditional Sri Lankan design. Is it? Right? Same with everywhere, wherever, whichever countries use this way of celebration. Now there will be, let's say, 50 such designs which are there in your mind. How? They have been taught to you by generations in your families. Let's say now, all of a sudden, somebody from Japan comes and says that we need a similar design to be created. Okay? He gives you some reference, not reference pictures. All he gives you is that, okay, this is a festival of happiness. This is a festival where we harvest our crop. You will immediately relate, oh, we do this. In Sri Lanka, we use this when it's a crop harvesting season. You'll immediately create that. Then he'll come and say, what is this? No. I want a big red circle. No offense to Japanese people. I love Japanese food. Okay? But they want a red sun, land of rising sun in between. But he never told you this. He gave you an inference assuming you would know this. But you as a GPT were not trained with this data. Had the context been considering Japanese traditions, putting the Japanese flag at the center, create me that kind of a design, your thoughts would have been different. Now you would have started innovating. Okay? All right. So that is how prompts work. Now what is the future? Don't worry, it's not going to go over yet. I still have 30 minutes to chew your brains. So generally this slides comes at the end, okay? The future is, how do you sync with sync AI roles and agile roles? Does anybody have a question that I'm a coach, I'm a scrum master, I'm a product owner, how do I use AI? I was actually waiting, but nobody asked this question during panel discussion. Nobody address this, which is a big challenge nowadays. And why should I care anyways about AI? Remember, there was a question asked to the panel that why would leadership care about agility when AI gets the job done? Okay? So the secret to it is that I was the person who asked that question. Okay? And because I am almost at that level in the ladder of my organization where I sometimes have to make a decision. Choose agility or AI. Okay, trust me. Those of you whose heads will be on the line if the numbers are not met, anyone here? You know what is not meeting numbers, right? Anyone who knows what is not meeting numbers mean? No one. Yes or no? Why that painful yes? Where is it coming from, this yes? So you know, sir, what it means not to meet numbers. Okay? And now I am here, the AI-powered Agile consultant in front of you. Okay? I know I'm sweating a little bit in front of you, but still. And I tell you, forget about Agile, forget about all frameworks, put them in the biggest dustbin that you have. Do waterfall, do what I say, your profits will be 15% higher than the last year, guaranteed. Will you still go back to the frameworks? Or will you trust me for 1 year? I'm giving you a 15% gross margin guarantee. Increase in 15% gross margin guarantee, sir. Are you going to listen to me or are you still going to stick to frameworks? 7.5%. Deal. 7.5% guarantee. Okay, how about 30% guarantee? Okay, I'll not raise the bar because it will then become difficult to make a decision. But the point is, I understand your pain, sir, why you're taking so much time to answer. Because had somebody upfront asked me this question, I was not prepared to answer this. I would have listened to that person even on a guarantee of 2%. You give me a guarantee of 2% rise over and above whatever I do. That will not be a part of your 2%. Over and above 2% rise, I will shun all the frameworks that I have. Next day. Business, trust me guys, it is very heart-wrenching for me to say from a stage of RSG, but business does not run on love and fresh air. It runs on fuel called money. Okay? So, how does it relate to AI? It relates to AI because in our businesses, we have something called agile teams. Everybody relates to it. How can generative AI solve your problems? These are certain areas, certain things where generative AI can be helpful to you. Now what we will do immediately after this is, I will switch into presentation mode. And does this sound exciting? And trust me, I'm not going to use only the humble PowerPoint. No paid PowerPoint tools. I know there are a lot of tools, slides.io and whatnot, which create presentations with a lot of finesse, and they do it very efficiently. But how about doing this right now? All right. Game for this. I am not able to, somebody has to help me. I need to present a screen, which I'm not able to do. All right, so while it is being fixed, I would request all of you, if you have your laptops, you can choose any of the tools that you have, ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, Bard, whatever you love to use, and keep a topic in your mind for which you would want to create a presentation in less than 250 seconds. 10 slides with real content, real pictures, no copyright involved whatsoever. We can't fix it? Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm losing time. Okay, let's move forward and wait for this to be fixed. All right. I don't know how to put this. I'll try to be loud. The moment you're not able to hear what I'm saying, okay, you shout in whatever language you want to. Okay, so the topic that we would take, in the interest of 250 seconds, the topic that we would take is aviation in 2050. Sounds good? I'm an aviation enthusiast, so I love this topic. So let's go. I wish to create a presentation on the topic I need 10 slides. Okay, I'll make it more specific by saying I need to create a PowerPoint presentation. I need 10 slides. Each slide should have at least 3 crisp pointers. No place holders. Use your own knowledge. I need a VBA code for this. Is this visible to everyone? Just a second. Oh, is it? This mic? Hello? Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Wow. Okay, let's see. You see this? First, it gave me an outline. Now, there's a VBA code. You see all of that? Yeah? So, let us do one beautiful thing. We copy the code. Okay? We go here and let me just open up a blank presentation. Okay, what do we do now? We go to developer. If you don't have, it's very simple to. Okay, I just paste the code over here, which I copied. Uh-oh, see, now there's a problem. It could not generate a correct code. So what I'll do, I'll simply go and I will copy this. You know why this happened? And any guesses why this happened? The code was broken? Because probably the Gemini's LM was not trained for this kind of a code yet. Okay? I always use ChatGPT, but I don't know why I used this. Okay? And let us revise the code, revise the prompt only. Create a VBA code for a presentation on a topic, aviation in 2050. I need 10 slides with at least 3 pointers per slide, no placeholders. Let's see. It still gives me an outline. Okay, and then gives me a code. Is the code done? Let the code come over and then we will copy paste it. Okay, looks like the code is completed. I'll go to this and here I delete this. Okay, a new deck, developer. Oh, I have a mouse. Wonderful, it's not working. Insert a module and paste it and run the code. Presentation created successfully. Okay. Now what I'll do is let us add some magic over here. Let's go to this designer. This designer is presented to you by discriminative AI. Okay. It's just reading the content and it's just giving you some suggestions basis whatever text is there in your presentation. Okay. So it's just reading the content, that's all that it is doing. Nothing very fancy. You could as well do it. Okay. And we are almost done. Please stop the timer when we are done. Whosoever is manning the timer. Okay, here we are. Please stop the timer. How much time? 270 seconds. Yeah. So a little more than 250 seconds because the first time the code did not behave properly. Okay. Now what you see right now in front of you is a presentation that was created in 270 seconds. Okay. And how does this thing work? Again, I have to go here because I've stopped using. Now see this. Something that has been created in 270 seconds using all free tools and read the content. I'll take a pause at any of the slides that you wish. Read the content. It's not out of the way. it makes some sense, if not 100%. Right? And what did I use? How much knowledge do I have about aviation? You can do any presentation, a custom presentation about an organization as well. You want to do HR policies on Google? Be my guest, try doing it. You will be able to do it. How to revamp the administrative policies of Microsoft? It will still create a presentation for you. The point that I'm trying to make here is that when you are using these kind of things, okay, treat this as that assistant that has taken your command and come up with something. Now this is where, please, for God's sake, start applying something called HI. Don't rely only on AI, use some human intelligence also. Sometimes we are stuck, you know. Has anybody faced a deadline? All of a sudden, Friday evening, you are almost about to leave, and somebody comes and tells you, I need a presentation by Monday morning. If you haven't faced, great. If you have, welcome to the team. So if that is the case, then AI can be of rescue to you. See, I did this. I'll not take names of the organized companies, huge telecom companies of the world. I mean, they have presence in Sri Lanka, they have presence in India, they have presence in US, everywhere. Okay? So, for that company, I did a cyber security framework revamp presentation using AI. How much do I know about cyber security? As much as you guys know Arabic. Okay? But did I take that presentation and present it to the management as it is? No. I sent it to my cybersecurity team, okay, for a quick review and asked them to get rid of anything that does not make sense. Whether or not it is 100% relevant to the context, I don't care, because all I got was 2 hours to make it. But if there is something which is wrong, outrightly wrong, because they are experts, they will be able to know. That is where I request everyone to please apply human intelligence. Okay? All right. So there are a couple of other things that we would love to do, but in the interest of time, let us do one thing. Has anybody ever used ChatGPT or any tool to create a product? Show of hands, please. To create a product. Okay? No one? Oh, that is strange. What if I told you that you could use ChatGPT or any such product to create a tool for yourself, a product for yourself? Does that sound interesting? Hello, anybody awake? Ah, okay. All right. So, kangaroo cabs, pretty popular, and I'm so glad that I actually found out about kangaroo cabs yesterday night, and I installed the application and I was on time today. Otherwise, this Uber and PickMe is really, I know PickMe is one of the sponsors, but my humble apologies. I have been let down by PickMe a number of times. In 3 days, at least 6 times. Okay? They don't even turn up. They don't even tell you whether they will be coming or not. Same with Uber. And trust me, this is the same with Uber in India also. Okay? So anyways, so if Kangaroo Cabs is doing good, there must be something great about them. Anybody wants to partner with me? I want to open up Kangaroo Cabs competition in Sri Lanka. Free of cost. No, nothing goes out of your pocket. You're not entrepreneurial people, man. Nobody wants to partner. Okay, yes sir, you want to partner. Your name loudly, please, as loudly as you can. Wonderful. So I have my partner over here. So what we will do is we will now create a competition product for Kangaroo Cabs. Whichever is your, whichever product you use yourself and you are absolutely pissed off by its performance, but you just can't stop using it, please use your laptops if you have it right now and do it with me. You will be able to create a competition of that product. All right, I'm audible, right? Okay, I wish to create a competition competition product to the application called cabs in Sri Lanka. First thing, okay? No guesses. Hey, don't copy this, take a photo of this, man. Kangaroo cabs will kill me. Okay? Imagine these many cab companies tomorrow on the road. Okay? Now, I need you to use SCAMPER. SCAMPER is a technique for product ideation. You will soon understand. I don't need to explain. You will soon understand what SCAMPER stands for. I need you to use SCAMPER technique to give me the alternate product to kangaroo cabs. My application should have at least 3 USPs that are not there in. I'm bad with animal spellings. Alternate. I'm replacing this word because this will otherwise confuse the LLM. He wants an application, now he wants a product. Okay, now let's see what it does. What it does is, it uses the SCAMPER technique, which is substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put to another use, eliminate, and reverse. Okay? In the interest of time, this is something which you can actually take as a prompt if you want to. Okay, here is the prompt. From the large screen, you might want to take a snap of this. This will help you to become an entrepreneur, say goodbye to your boss, and whatnot. Multiple possibilities in Sri Lanka and overseas. Okay? Don't forget my name. My name is Sanjit Bhattacharya. I'll give you my bank details after this session. Okay? So, yeah, somebody, hey, where is my partner? You're coding, right? Oh, okay. All right. So, while I asked him that, are you coding or not? He said, yes, I know he's not. Let me do the hard work that he was supposed to do. Let us code. Okay. But this was about product management, right? So, create a release roadmap with 3 phases and a large business goal in every phase. Now see, I have not told the GPT that I am talking about this competition. When I am talking in continuation, it will take the inference from the above one only. Okay? See this. How much time, how much ideation do you do to create MVP? List out the MVP product. See this MVP. AI-powered dynamic pricing. Can you think about this? Okay? All of this. This is already there in action. Okay? What are the success metrics? Phase 2, phase 1. Okay? Now, create a product backlog with user stories for the first phase. I'm just cutting short the prompts to make sure that you understand what is the intent behind this. So since I'm cutting down the prompts, the output may not be exactly the way I wanted to show it to you, but in the interest of time, I'll do that. See this. Now you might as well go ahead and further refine these stories. Okay? Partner, do you have a name for the competition? He does not even have a name for the company. I need new partners. Okay. Let's. Oh, now he has a name, it looks like. No. Budget ride. Okay. My application is called Budget Ride Code. Okay, I want you to code the landing screen. Now see what I'm doing. Landing screen, login page, and user profile page for my application. Okay? I need the HTML and sorry, this has to be caps, codes. See what it does. HTML in front of you, CSS in front of you, and JavaScript in front of you. Okay? Again, it doesn't look like a complete, okay, so it has created everything separately. Now, let's do some magic. Anyone who has not heard of this website? Everybody has heard of this website. Now see this, a computer wants me to verify that I am a human. Everybody knows about CodePen? Hello, good morning. No one knows. Never mind. Start coding. Okay? So see what I do. I go back here. Okay, I need to do it like this probably. So it's easier to copy. How much time do I have? I'm almost out of time. So let us see. This is the landing page, right? Copy. And go to CodePen. Paste it here. Then go to CSS. Copy. Paste it here. Then go to JavaScript. Copy. And paste it here. Okay? How about this, ladies and gentlemen? Your application with the first 3 screens done. You want to log in? Oops, login must have not been. Oh, I did not ask for login, sorry. So this is the first page that has been created. Similarly, if I go to these screens for the login page, for the user profile page, one after the other, 3 screens created for you for your next venture. That is AI in action for you. That is how you will be able to create a product. And trust me, people are doing it already. They're not creating something like a competition to kangaroo cabs, but yes, they are doing something. Okay? All right, so this does not look good. Let me just duplicate this. So what is this? So we have talked about this. These are the roles that we have talked about. Now this is something very important. This is something, again, which you will not find in any course across the world. This is something which I have created after a lot of research. That is how you create an iterative prompt process. Okay? This is how you do it. If you're not satisfied with what you get as a result, please go back to the point number 1. So that is how you do it. Can anybody tell me what is Scramble? Anyone? Please be quick. Help me finish it on time. I have 5 minutes. I don't want to eat up into the next speaker's time. What is Scramble, sir? Yes? Please be loud. Mix. Okay. Okay. Yeah. When you hear the word scramble, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Eggs. Okay. Anything else apart from eggs, apart from mixing, anything else that comes to your mind when you hear the word scramble? Yeah? Nothing? You know why? Because you live here. Okay. Both these things are scrambling. Scrambling of eggs and scrambling of fighter jets. Depends what you want as an answer from the GPT. You want scrambling of fighter jets? You know what is scrambling of fighter jets? Anybody knows that? When there is a sudden insurgent by an enemy, the Air Force is always kept on standby, a couple of fighter jets, especially the ones which are attack ones, and they are immediately, within less than 2 minutes, they are airborne. Okay, so that process is called scrambling. It's a universal term across all air forces of the world. Okay? So you have to be very specific, otherwise everything will become scrambled eggs. And you will say, hey, what is this? Right? Don't do that. That is why prompting is so very important. Now, these are I'm going to quickly talk about 4 important dimensions of prompting. Okay? Dimensions of prompting. First, good prompting dimension is clarity. Your thoughts have to have clarity. You just can't make a mistake like this. Read this out quickly. Discuss a culinary process that takes place in foliaceous stipules of plants with the help of sunlight. Also mention a green thing and how light and air and water are important for the aerial parts of the plant. Is it fine English? Is it really nice English? Okay? Had this been a poetry, perhaps it would have made some brownie points. But for GPTs, these are the problems. These are the areas they perhaps won't understand. Instead, you could have said, explain the process of photosynthesis in plants, detailing the role of chlorophyll and how could sunlight, sorry for the repetition, carbon dioxide and water contribute to this biological function. This is a good prompt with a good clarity. Try to use as simple words. Remember, the checkpoint, how would you check? Now you could ask me a question, Sanjit, all this is good. But how would I know that whether my prompt is clear enough? If you have a 5-year-old at home, make him or her read that. If he or she is able to make sense out of it, your prompt is clear enough. Okay, let's make it 7 years. Okay? So that is how you will check clarity of your prompts. The second good prompting technique is context. If you do not give context, then you will have troubles in life. Write what happened in the outbreak of a revolutionary war in 1775 versus this one. This does look big, but this will actually help you understand that you're talking about something called the Boston Tea Party, you're talking about the Battle of Saratoga, and you want them to explain how did the government do things to explain the things. So these are an example of contextualizing your prompt. The third one is precision. And when we talk about precision, we talk about these things. Let's say, take this example. Talk about supply and demand on how it affects economics. Whereas, if you say, illustrative example like a smartphone market. Now you're contextualizing it, you're giving it a shape, and you're also giving a precise kind of example that you want the GPT to follow. All right? So that is one. And the last one, and I believe this is the most important one, which is persona pattern. If you do not give your chats a persona, okay, it is very difficult. Read this. Write a log entry describing the strange fauna and flora found on a uncharted alien planet versus asking the GPT to imagine itself as an astronaut, not as an author, as a fairy tale writer. It might give anything. You want him output like a fairy tale book writer, you have to mention that in your prompt. Okay? So that's about creating the prompts. These are the 4 essentials of creating a prompt. I did have a lot of other things to be shared with all of you, but there is a restriction of time. I would rather wrap up with these a few elements over here. I'm out of time. I'm sorry, I'll just take a minute and close. All right? So the big question that we asked at the beginning is, will AI take away my job? Anyone who believes AI will take away your jobs one day? I know you won't raise your hands, but you have this fear deep within, okay? 80% of the coding is now being done by AI. We heard somebody saying this today, okay? Now, it is also said that 93% of the design content that we see in market, designing part, will be done by AI by the end of this year. We are already there. And see the most scariest part. 100% of fraud detection shall be done by AI by the end of 2035. 100% of fraud detection. Okay? If this is not enough to scare you, read these. I hope you know all 3 gentlemen. All 3 of them. Read the last one. That's how scary the market is. But what I would leave you guys with is that AI will never ever take away your jobs. But trust me, take it in writing. Somebody using AI will definitely take away your jobs. With this, I am done. You have been a great audience. Thank you so much. I would love to connect with all of you. If you wish to, please do so. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patient listening.
So also you can scan the code and put in all the whatever questions related to prompt engineering, so we can answer it later. Okay. So thank you very much, Mr. Sanjit. So delivering insightful and the thought-provoking session on prompt engineering.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah. So we have a token of appreciation for your Ashwini. Please come to the stage and present the talk. Please give a good talk.